Okay, so in this video, we are going to walk through Disney and how there is a potential sell here for a nice little put and potentially all the way down here to 90, 89, and even more. We got earnings coming up here at the time of this video, and so we'll see what happens there. But first, I'm going to reference this article right here. And I'm going to put the link in the description below. And there's just a lot to cover, just about their revenue. Revenues are down, and then there is a specific pattern here, and we're going to talk about this. It is the megaphone pattern, and essentially what it is the price you see there, the ascending trend line and the descending trend line, and so that is a pattern that we have spotted. And there's also a daily, or a weekly, we should say, a weekly right here, and where I'm going to cover this as well in this article. And like I said, I'm going to link the description, but I just wanted to cover just a couple little tidbits of this. And this is this is in particular just about Netflix. I mean, just on a roll, and you can see Disney right here. There were some questionable things, and we don't want to go into that too much. And they lost the subscriber base, and then now they are sideways. So they are going to need to just continue to push up big time here, and just because the way it's looking here, and it almost looks like a megaphone, is that Netflix is going up and Disney is going down. They're more like this actually. And so there's some interesting things that they're doing. We're not going to get political. We're not going to go into it too much. But those things matter. Those things definitely matter. And on top of all that, with our theme parks, just different things happening with our theme park. But we're gonna look. So this is another thing that we're gonna. This basically right here is we are interested in how we trade this, right? That's how we're gonna trade this. And so we are looking at a put potentially 90 days out around 85 to 80. So let's go ahead and dive into the chart right now. And so right now we are looking at the daily megaphone pattern you see here on the daily chart. And so essentially, like I said, what this is, there's an upward trend line, there's a downward trend line. You can see that specifically right there. And we are looking for this thing to come all the way down here to 90 potentially. And now here is the interesting part about this is if it does break this, there is a chance where we could see some upside movement, maybe all the way up here to 109. There's a massive gap fill here. This is from the previous earnings. But we are looking more on the downside trajectory. But if we are to break up, because obviously nobody knows. You can guess all you want, obviously, but nobody knows. We can use some tools. We have some tools here at Find Better Trades to kind of map some of these out. But we're going to see. We're looking for something to come all the way back down here, and then this would honestly be a potential buy. If it comes down here and stays at this level right there. And so something like a 90 days out would be something like this, where we would go January 17th put somewhere around 85 to 80. So it would be one of these. And there is some volume, and you can see that right there, that there is actually some volume. 80 to 85. This is the volume right here, and so there's actually on the 85 there's 247. So that's actually not bad. It did change a little bit today. The price did go down. It was at about 0.7%. So yeah, so that is what you would be targeting. This is just I just wanted to just kind of reference this. Just reference that article and to kind of talk about Disney and potentially there is a massive. This is a nice little potential sell pattern right here, and you can even see these three candles right there. It did want this green candle right there. It really did want to push up, but then let's look at this candle right here. This is actually this price action right here indicates could be potentially a sell. You can see what happened when it came up here. This red candle, this big red candle. And it come all the way back down here. So I mean, we are looking. Again, these are long wicks, and so that's kind of an indication that there is some. We just don't know. We just really don't know. There's a battle. There's a battle between bulls and bears, and these long wicks throughout these days. You see this long, big strong move down, and then it was like, okay, well, maybe we aren't, and at the end of the day, it just spiked back up. You see that a lot. Really do see that a lot in trading. This just people are covering different things. But anyway, so this is again there's no way we know if it's going to go up or down, obviously. But this is a great pattern. This pattern indicates a megaphone pattern, and this potentially could go back down the downside. So, all right, guys, that's it for me. Again, I'll link that article in the description below, and I will catch you in the next one.